What's up, everybody? It is me, KiNGAlpha. Hope everybody's doing great. So, today, guys, we got some new Twitch drops to kickstart off the Paragon season 11. I just want to say thank you guys all for the support on Twitch and YouTube, like usual. I'm sorry that YouTube has not been getting as much love as probably Twitch has. I've been doing really long streams, about 8 to 10 hours, even more sometimes on Twitch. So I am sorry if sometimes I don't put up a YouTube video. But that's going to change and everything. I'm going to make sure that I do prioritize YouTube as well. I don't want you guys to feel left out. So there's going to be two things that we're going to be talking about real quick. It's going to be Twitch drops. Twitch drops talk is going to be really quick. And then we're going to go into the Paragon patch notes that we just got today, yesterday. And in terms of the buff and everything and what I actually like and what I've kind of tested already. So to kickstart the Paragon Twitch drops, I just want to say... I know some players are gonna be like, ugh, again, really, and then it's not really that good stuff. And there's some parts I do agree, and then there's some stuff that's really free and nice. So, it takes about 10 hours to get both of these type of campaign rewards and everything. So you have to watch basically in total of 10 hours. You do need to claim them yourself. I will post the link and everything as well in case you do want to actually connect your account. If anybody's having any type of issues or has never done this. So let's go over it. So the first reward is a chest of resources. The second reward is 5,000 glory each. So basically 10,000 glory for the battle pass, which is pretty good. Basically gives you a couple free levels, depending on where you're at in the battle pass. 2 treaties, an epic artillery chest, which I believe is just you select which artillery it is. 15 powder silver, which is great. I love powder silver. 3-day premium count, nice, it's free. And the fist bump emote. I will say this for the Grand Pyres of the first campaign to be a fist bump emote. It is kind of angering because you're watching for 10 hours just to get a fist bump emote, which is a gray emote. It could have been at least been a blue or purple emote, but it's free. I don't know what else to really say about that. So that one kind of sucks. Next thing is April 7th to April 13th. So basically the Twitch drops are from April 1st to April 13th. But there's 2 different campaigns. It all starts at 12 UTC. So if you just want to look up on Google 12 UTC, compare the time and all that type of stuff, just do that. You also have for the second campaign is chest of resources, another set of glory. So you basically get 10,000 glory, treaties, an epic artillery chest, 15 powder silver, and 3-day premium account, with the last grand prize being a heroic era Seneclum box. So I think with the heroic era Seneclum box, I believe you can choose unit medals if you do already have all the purple units, which I already do. So yeah, I think you could choose unit medals. If you can't, that does suck. But yeah, I think this is just, they always do at Twitch drops like this to kind of give the new players coming into the season some good stuff. To get them some nice rewards. So basically in total, you're getting 2 free artilleries, about 20,000 extra glory towards your battle pass, 4 treaties, 30 powder silver, and 6-day premium count. So it's not entirely too bad, but it's no major grand prize, which you most likely will receive maybe in a future drops this season. In terms of everything like this, I do want to say this as well. I did forget that it's not currently in here, but you can also get drops daily. It's like little drops of it's called drops of resources or something like that. You basically get some bronze, honor medals, and there's something else in there. But yeah, it's just a daily drop thing that you can kind of get after you get all these drops per day. So make sure you come basically every day so that you can just get some small little rewards that can add up. Next, we're gonna go into the patch notes. Like I said, I'm gonna be linking those Twitch drops there. I am gonna be streaming about maybe 12 hours or more. We'll have to see tomorrow, so I hope you guys are excited. So this is, I just want to make sure I'm not in the way. Okay, I'm good. I'm not in the way. This is the new update that just came out this week. I just want to say this. I've tested a lot of this. I disagree with some bits, and then I agree with some bits. So, keep that in mind. I will say as well, on the frontier in terms of booming games, on their article, they did say that Nodachi is going to be getting adjustments next week, hopefully. So I'm really praying they don't mess up Nodachi or they don't change the class too much and not actually give it a proper buff. So we got new quests and everything that have been activated at the Warden, which are basically like the typical these like little purple bags that you can get resources from, and a new sign-in event, which is pretty good. I think every 4 days you get a armor schematic, and then you can get, I think, a free purple unit, I think, too, at the end. Yeah, it's just some event. It's pretty good. You can just sign in every day to get free rewards. Now we're talking over the glaive changes here. So there's some pretty big ones. I'm going to tell you kind of which ones are okay and which ones are, you got to really get used to and all that type of stuff. The combat dismount skill no longer costs stamina. It's amazing. I love that. I didn't even notice that before when you dismounted off of glaive, like you're doing your combat skill, you actually took stamina. I was always wondering why I sometimes struggled with stamina with glaive, and it was probably because of the reason that I would jump off my horse and it would take a quarter of my stamina. So that does suck. It also says glaive skills no longer share cooldowns. I didn't even know that glaive skills actually shared cooldowns, so pretty interesting. In terms of it will now be more coherent to weave and dash attacks. Did not know that the dash attacks even weaved. To be really, I mean, I really don't know exactly what it means. If you guys do want to explain any of this down in the comment section below, please do. Now, this is one of the big ones. Minimum damage increased to 40%, was 25% when attacking multiple targets. So this is really good in terms of using like Flying Reaper or Hail of Blades and any of the other skills that Glaive has, that you can actually do way more damage to multiple targets now. So the charge skill got a nice little buff, a majority of a buff with a little bit of a nerf. So it gives now increase piercing defense by 20%. Attacks now knock enemies down and knock them off their horses. So let me just be clear: the first attack knocks an enemy down. The second attack on a hero does not knock the enemy down, if I'm correctly. I think I tested this today. I don't think the second charge, when you hit the second attack, it actually knocks the hero down. I think it just hits them, kind of like dazes them a little bit. But the first attack does knock them down. It also says that dash attacks can now be used during charge. So instead of actually using the first attack and the second attack of charge, you can actually dash and just, while you're charging, you can actually just dash attack. Wow. Shift attack, if anything. So, that's a good thing, because in case sometimes you can't land your actual charge, you can actually just do a regular dash attack during your charge. I needed to drink. Holy crap. Also, your first attack now can be followed up with an attack, and we adjusted its damage. So, the first charge attack, I'm just going to go over the level 3 one. It was 64%, and now it's actually 44%. So it does suck because it got a bit of a nerf, but it kept the same damage of your slashing damage. So it does suck that it actually did get a bit of a nerf, whereas, now it does knock down. But then the second attack got a buff in terms of both the percentage damage and the actual overall slashing damage. So it's pretty good, but there's also still like little buffs and nerfs here in terms of the glaive skills that are kind of like, why not just leave the damage there so that, it can actually be overall good and stop nerfing little percentage things. But I don't know. It's whatever the devs really think is right. Gods of Battle, I will say this, out of everything in this, Gods of Battle and Battle, I think, have gotten the best buff for glaive. I think Gods of Battle is needed when playing with glaive now compared to using, for example, like some other skill. Like, I think Gods of Battle is just needed because of the fact that you now get increasing slashing armor penetration and blunt armor penetration by 16% during its duration. So this is pretty huge because you also get a 15% increase in damage as well, to both you and your allies as well. So it's really, really nice. And I think Gods of Battle is just needed for glaive right now. So they're definitely trying to make glaive kind of more support / sustain hero. But yeah, it's all your opinion. If you guys find a build that works for you, please let me know down in the comment section below so that I can try it out. Heat of Battle knocks back enemies when used. It's a pretty decent little bit of a knockback. After which it grants 30% damage reduction. This effect is reduced to 10% after 3 seconds and lasts for the skill's duration, which I believe Heat of Battle lasts for about 10 seconds. So you can stack both the Gods of Battle and Heat of Battle with one of the runes in game. I kind of tested it out. Didn't really like it. I think the class is just not what it really should be, but you know, it's my opinion. Hail of Blades now knocks enemies off their horses, and Hail of Blades now knocks enemies back, which is kind of just like a little bit of a hit nudge. It doesn't really knock them back on the ground or anything like that, which I really kind of wish it did. Now, Breaker of Shields did get a nerf / buff again. So they lost a huge percentage on the first hit. I'm just going to go off the level 3 one. So it went from 244% to 130% dealing damage. And then you also have a decrease in the blunt damage that it does as well in terms of, just regular blunt damage. So the first hit of Breaker of Shields honestly has gotten a massive nerf. Compared to, the second attack, which got a buff, but also a nerf at the same time. So it got now deals 155% of your, 155% of your slashing damage. Also reducing the damage that it does by about 300 points of the regular slashing damage that it does. So it's kind of weird why they're kind of nerfing these things, but also like buffing these things at the same time, because the issue is with Breaker of Shields, you never really get that, that second hit off most of the time. But then at the same time you buffed it, but then nerfed it at the same time. It's kind of like they're trying to make Glaive just a bit too different, and it's kind of weird. So let me know what you guys think about the Glaive buff. Personally, not a fan of it right now, unless someone finds a really nice combo that I just have not tried. So Shield Maidens, listen guys, I'm going to tell you guys this. Shield Maidens are freaking worth it now. They are really fun to play, and honestly, like if you play them correctly, they can actually be pretty darn nasty. So Activating Guardian will now make them take 10% reduced damage and render their attacks able to knock back enemies. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Do not use Shield Maidens to fight Reapers. It just doesn't work. Reapers are CC immune when in Tiger Step. It just doesn't work. So anything else, I've actually done it. Shield Maidens can 1v1 Immortal Garrison. Keep that in mind. It's really good. And then now the sword skill changes. Triple Strike has been revamped, and I will say this, their AI is amazing on Triple Strike. And in terms of that, they rush forward, knocks enemies back, and then they defend at the spot. Their next sword skill will strike 3 times for fairly high damage. And when I tell you this, they strike for like a shit ton of damage. It's really, really good. And I think the best bit about Shield Maidens now is the Triple Strike. So I'm definitely going to make a video about these girls. These Shield Maidens are definitely worth using now in terms of the meta, as long as you actually use them correctly. They still require skill and timing, but man, when I tell you these girls are really good, it's awesome. Leo Rangers are also getting a buff, so they adjusted the hitbox of their basic attacks to lower the chance of hitting nothing. They also improved the algorithm of Bludgeon and Devastation to choose targets and enabling these skills to focus on a specific area. Following the special attacks of the Bludgeon and Devastation, they will automatically return to the hero and await further command. I will say this, in terms of them returning to the hero, I will say this. When you go in with Bludgeon and Devastation on your Liaos, I've noticed you should stay with them. Don't just try and send them in, because sometimes once you do Bludgeon, their AI kind of wants to come back to you, and then you do Devastation, and then they, right after it's done, they want to come back to you. So if you're really far away and you're just letting them go and fight, you should kind of go and fight with them, because they will start coming back to you instead of actually just killing the targets that you're trying to kill. So just definitely be careful with that. They also reduced the duration of Bludgeon and Devastation. So Bludgeon was 4.8, is now 3.7 seconds. However, the cooldown was 25 seconds and is now 19 seconds. They also reduce the duration of devastation from 15 seconds to 12, with the cooldown of from 50 to 42. So kind of a bit of a nerf and buff to Blungian at the same time, and devastation. So yeah. Imperial Spear Guards also got a nice little health buff, which is really, really nice because they are super tanky. Almost, I think, 13,000 health on mine, guys. I know I am very sorry, by the way, that this is a very long video, but these patch notes and everything is super long. Uncapped Spearmen got a pretty huge buff in terms of being a blue spears. They're actually pretty good and can protect pretty well when actually used. I think they actually do almost a bit better protection than even Stalwarts at the moment in terms of actual just protection, not doing damage or anything like that. They added a new passive, which I think if this passive was on any of the other shields, it would be amazing. It's Steel Resolve. The Ironcapped Spearmen will recover quickly from dazed, knockdown, and thrown effects while in turtle formation or skilltron formation. After which they gain a boost to their attack and defense and cannot be crowd controlled for again for 5 seconds. Can trigger once every 10 seconds. Now, in terms of cannot be crowd control effect, I probably wouldn't want that on Imperial Spears, Stalwarts, Shield Bandits, because I think that would be a little too overpowered because it can trigger every 10 seconds. But I will say this, like, maybe having it where, you know, it has the other bit where they can quickly recover from daze and knockdown and all that type of stuff is a pretty nice little buff. The green shields got a little bit of a buff. I'm kind of going to just let you guys read that one. It's a bit okay. They kind of do like a little charge or whatever, and it's green shields. Javelin Militia also got a nice little buff, which is crazy because this is I think the third time they've been buffed in a row. So yeah, they initially start with charge now and all that type of stuff. I'll let you guys read that. It's another green unit. Pretty cool. I've heard one of my friends got a triple kill with them. So, you know, interesting unit. And some other little bugs and improvements and all that type of stuff. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, please, because I would really love your opinion, guys, in terms of the glaive buff, in terms of the unit buffs and everything as well. What do you guys think of Liao's? What do you guys think of Shield Maidens and everything? And what units you kind of want to see next get buff? I hope you guys are excited for Twitch Shops. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out and have a great